Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our project, The Future of International Banking, FinTech, Disruption and Transformation. And we are diving into how FinTech is shaping up global banking. It's not just about app or crypto, it's a full-on transformation. So first up, let's talk about what happened in FinTech is a total game changer. It's faster, more accessible, and cut off a lot of middle step. But here's the problem. A lot of banks are still training people for old school jobs. If they don't catch up, they risk becoming irrelevant. Traditionally, banks have been physical places, so highly regret, but but fintech flags is digital app, basic, peer-to-peer, and doesn't even need a banking license. Traditional technology like crypto and blockchain are creating a wild new system, and banks are under pressures to keep up on results.
Following to our topic, so the big topic will be crypto wallet for the fintech. So we took a three big running company of cryptocurrency. So the first one is USDT and BTC and ETH. So Bitcoin blew to since 2009 from $7 billion in 2015 to $600 billion in 2017. So daily volume in billion is the numbers you can see, and the crypto is becoming a mainstream in the world, and bank can't ignore it anymore. So the first research surveys are cryptocurrency in the fintech. That is a big topic, okay? So now you can see fintech versus traditional banking. So we took technology-wise and customer-wise, experience and cost structure and regulatory environment and financial inclusion, product range and speed of service. So in this competition, of course, fintech also wins. So in a digital first, leveraging AI, blockchain, and cloud, and for the customer's experience, user-centric, offering personalized, seamless digital interfaces, and lower operational costs due to minimal physical infrastructure, and operates in a less regulated space, allowing for rapid innovation. So also in the product and the range-wise, and speed of the service, offers a niche service like robo-advisors and P2P lending and crypto trading. But in a traditional bank, we all know that how does it work? We're going to go to the bank and take a service and maybe have lines sometimes. Yeah. Okay. This survey conducted in the US, that generational shift in banking. So we found out that Gen Z and millennials use mobile app mostly for the banking system. But on the other hand, baby boomers like stick to branches and mail. Still now, and younger and digital native future of finance. Banks must cater to new habits of lose relevance. Of course, it's a natural law that younger generations are our future. So likewise, the banking system, we think fintech will gonna be developed as well. So this one, speed of the service in traditional banking. So opening an account in a fintech wise, but approving a loan in traditional bank when we go to the banking and transferring funds. So in downward, we can see the minutes, how many minutes we can take. So if we have a mobile app or having any other services, if we can fill everything in online, it's like under 10 minutes. But if we go to the branch, it is like takes forever sometimes. So we think that traditional banking still loses right now. Okay. So now, user-driven to innovation. So most banking technologies made by the user, not banks. So 55% of the commercial banking tools made by non-banks, and 44% of the retail tools made by individual users. So not all professional finance people can have to build something in the banking service. It also can be built from the users as well. So open banking and APIs, users build on top of the banking systems right now. Okay. So this is fintech adoption by age group. So, but we got 18 to 40, 24 would be a higher number, which is younger. They are really easy to use internet or application, but it ended up 35 to 44 years old people are really adapted to the fintech. And the centralization and APIs. You might wonder what is API? So API is application form that open bank, let apps talk to banks without being a bank. So it's a very great innovation that user only made it. So fintech service creation moving away from the banks, users become creators. So we know Stripe, Square, and Robinhood. So this is users' innovation. So open banking, more options and more competitions right now.
So the conclusion is financial technology is not only the short-lived change, but also the foundation of the future of banking industry. If banks don't transform quickly, they will face the risk of being mergerless. Collaboration is more important than competition, and only the instruction that integrates with science and technology, the fastest can win in the change. Overall, we will assume that traditional banking cannot beat fintech. When fintech do one mistake, they can fix it two times faster with better quickly power so that it is never-ending development. So thank you for your participation.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Just a really quick one from me. I'm not consider myself particularly tech savvy with regards to banking. But if we're using a traditional bank, for example, I use a British bank called NatWest or Barclays. If I'm using an online version of that bank, is that considered fintech or not?
Yes, it is considered a fintech.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. That actually helps because I wasn't sure. Perhaps I think maybe potentially a definition of what fintech is at the beginning might have been a little bit more helpful for a layman like myself who doesn't know too much, because I was a little bit confused when you were talking about the difference between traditional banking and fintech, whereas I actually use a traditional bank but online, and therefore that would be considered fintech. So that was just a little confusing.
For clarification, like in the UK banks, NatWest, and they are traditional bank, but they innovated some mobile apps, and that is what I think they are getting more going with the place with fintech. Yeah, it is also count as a fintech.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Just leave that clear.
Thank you.
Just one simple question. Your study basically is not from Taiwan, right? So why are you not using Taiwan as an example? Because I believe Taiwan is always now pushing towards digital technology and all these things. So why don't you adopt Taiwan as your data collection?
For the financial technology, it is also count as a data information. So mostly cryptocurrency companies, like big fintech companies, are very private. They don't show the inner process inside. So it goes very private, and that's why we didn't took a Taiwan. So we took like worldwide.
But based on your observation, so what is the major difference of Taiwan and your data? Can you see any major differences?
Because he's from the Taiwan. He has to.
Well, compare with Taiwan as the other country and the fintech.
Let me put it this way. From your data, you mentioned about the age about 25 or to 34, maybe the biggest group that adopt fintech. So how about Taiwan? Do you think the younger generation will be more active or less active than the state?
In my opinion, our survey, like our research, is conducted in Taiwan, but I'm assuming that Taiwan younger generation also will adapt in the fintech. So it is, we all using the same phone, we all connecting from the internet to each other, so I think they can also develop.
Okay. So, that's it.